Greetings, everybody. We have gathered around at the table again today, and we're going to be continuing our look at the Leatherman K2.
And you might be thinking to yourself, you can see 3 tools here, maybe 4 tools tops.
Leatherman
no,
has
sir.
a different opinion.
No, sir.
Don't be deceived by what your eyes see.
That's 8 tools. They figured out a way to count that.
It's multi-tools
And no, the lanyard hole is not included in that count.
in this case.
In this particular case.
So yeah, we are jumping onto this right away because it is a very, very cheeky, sneaky little way that they did this. They are counting the Phillips screwdriver, large screwdriver, or medium screwdriver, and the extra small screwdriver off of the tips there. This guy that is the medium screwdriver is your pry bar. The extra small screwdriver is your awl, and then off of the edge of the pry bar is a little bit of a scalloped edge, so you can use it as a package opener.
Oh,
the can
and
opener.
last
Oh,
but
yes.
not least, bottle opener.
Yeah, that's tucked into the other screwdriver there.
My feelings are hurt.
Mhm.
A little bit. Feel like I've been lied to.
A little bit.
What are you talking about? We just listed all 8. They were completely upfront about the tools that they got.
The fact that the screwdriver is also the pry bar,
I know.
It's fine.
Come on.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And for the record, though, the package opener is almost a can opener. That thing's got enough of a scallop that you could. I'll give Leatherman credit for not calling it 9 because I would have, if I'm a greasy marketer at Leatherman.
I guess you could force it.
That is now a can
you would have had to
opener
add
as
the
well.
can opener or the bottle opener to this as well so that you could get leverage on it.
hmm It wouldn't
And then-
have been hard to put a little hook there, though.
No, but then you would have had basically all the tools on one of their tools.
What? It's a multi-tool, right?
It is.
Having said that, though, I've got to give credit for Leatherman on the blade
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
One of the best cutting tools Leatherman has come up with
Yes.
so far.
By far.
It kind of shocked me how much I liked that blade.
Mhm.
The waves, the surges, the charges, the juices, you name it.
was
The
gonna say,
craters.
It's
even.
not surprising how, like, with the fact that he likes it as much as he does, because of how similar that is to a smock blade.
It's
Oh, yes.
Just for a side-by-side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
surprisingly
And
similar.
even the blade thickness, it's not that crazy thick.
It's actually thinner.
It's
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I-
they did a really nice job with the hollow grind on that guy.
We're just using an
Yeah.
example. Okay.
But I mean, same size, same shape.
Yeah. So bravo, Leatherman,
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
for actually doing that. Now, there's some other things that people have gripes about here at this table.
That maybe
A
one
few
guy doesn't
things.
have. But
I can understand where you're coming from. Anyway, dive into it.
so that pocket clip.
Yeah.
Aw.
As far as the ergonomic preference, yeah, Dennis is the only one that hasn't had an issue with that guy. And
His fingers are 12 feet long. Yeah.
No.
you heard him. It's a true story. But yeah, even from that little bit of a squeezing, you can see the indent there and even the circle of the hole.
Will show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even just holding it in hand in a very, like, gentle, neutral grip, just holding it enough to just hold the knife and retain it, I can feel that pocket clip digging into my hand.
hmm
In gloves, maybe a better situation, but I don't always wear gloves when I'm working, so a little bit of a letdown.
And I'm the weird one out here where even in the right hand, and they were like, no, it's your left hand. And blah, blah, blah. I understand where you're coming from.
It's definitely nicer in the left hand.
I can feel it. I
Yeah.
can feel it in my palm, but you lift off my palm and there's nothing there because I have too many weird causes, apparently. But
Just fingers that are too long, sir.
Yeah.
that too, I can wrap around really nicely. I don't put pressure on the palm of my hand in the slightest. The one thing that does light up for me is the liners.
Which was the source of my one extremely low score. It bites and it hurts. Maybe not so bad for you as me, but
Yeah, it's definitely there
Yeah.
for all the chamfering that they did on this, and they did a great job along the back of
Yeah.
it, along the front of the knife. They really paid a lot of attention to detail, except for that one area.
and you know, if the pocket clip was more comfortable in hand and I wanted a multi-tool knife like this, I would have no problems going in with a small file or a piece of sandpaper, just because it would be a very quick cleanup.
It wouldn't take
Mhm.
much.
No.
Since we're talking about the pocket clip as much as we are, we should mention that take that pocket clip off, and the knife is completely neutral in hand. It's nice and comfortable.
Yep.
Surprisingly
My
comfortable.
score would increase significantly if this didn't have a pocket clip and instead came with a pouch. Seriously, this thing actually feels quite nice in hand, and I don't get the bitey that I do, because this is nestled more closely to the line of my fingers here. Whereas if I try and grip like this, it just wants to shift, and it's not quite right.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to talk about you guys talking about taking the clip off and trying it out, and you could tell, like me and Nigel talked about the very nice, straight, neutral handle.
Yeah.
And where a lot of ergonomic like execution fails a lot of the time is too specific of. Someone's getting shot over there. Too specific of ergonomics for the maker or for the designer, or he was trying to appeal to some sort of market.
Yeah.
And it loses, especially with a larger hand, something that we can't manipulate freely, right?
Yeah, it's just nice and neutral. There's no multiple finger choils that's pushing it into a forced.
You're not forced into a particular.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you get to. Yeah.
I'll take a pocket clip that I can feel on the inside over finger grips that I hate down low any
Very
day of the
much
week.
so.
Fair enough.
But I also, on that note, want to talk about the K4.
Hey.
We brought it. We've got it, ladies and gentlemen.
How many tools does the K4 have?
Oh, it has 9, baby. It has 9.
There's only one more tool.
One more tool.
Yep.
That's one of my gripes, by the way.
And the one extra tool is the scissors that you can see there.
Oh, great. More blades.
Yep. And to be able to get the scissors in there, man, it has to be bloody wide.
That's a chonky boy.
So,
As far as a reference, we don't have one here. This is about as wide as an Adamas.
And that's fatter.
This is Swiss champ level. We were talking about it earlier. It's absolutely crazy on how much the ergonomics change by adding one tiny little pair of scissors that isn't that effective in the first goddamn place.
Yep.
Can we comment about the fact that I'm pretty sure you get more than 9 tools in a Swiss champ as well?
Just a couple.
Just throwing that out there.
And they don't make it 3 tools in one and there's a couple I think that cheat.
Yeah,
anyway,
probably.
But not as much.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So for me, the big kicker on Leatherman's strategy to add this extra pair of scissors, which is also 0.6 of an ounce, like Jesus, man.
Yeah. Heavy scissors.
Yeah. And I don't know if they reinforce liners to do that at the same time. I have no clue. But that one additional tool.
I don't think they did.
To change an ergonomic knife that's already people complaining about here on the table to something that literally everyone complains about, because I'm holding a brick, a really skinny brick, but it's still a brick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So change this around. The Phillips, it's awesome, but and the flat, I don't know, the 3-in-1 tools, but
I've got redundant.
If you could come a slimline package with scissors incorporated in it, you would have knocked this out of the goddamn park.
If they put the bit changer that you can get in a lot of different Leatherman tools into this, not only would they sell this knife, but they'd sell the bit kits that they already make.
Yeah, like even for me, take out the all in the Phillips, and that would probably give you enough room for the interchangeable and leave the pry bar.
Absolutely.
And that would make it so much more useful.
Oh, they've got it down to a science. They could get that in and the scissors in, all in the same package. You talk about a bit kit. Here's an idea. How about you come out with a pouch that incorporates the bit kit? You get rid of the pocket clip completely, and that gets rid of everyone's arguments right there. So, yeah.
Hey, Leatherman, we're your new marketing team.
No doubt.
You're welcome. $1 million idea.
You can even pay us in Canadian funds. It's a win-win. It's straight up.
I like it.
I know a YouTube reviewer that only had very small amounts that talked about Leatherman taking his advice, and that's why a tool changed, and he was completely full of garbage.
So much.
And so are we.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the club, boys and girls.
You know what? Floating to the top of that garbage sometimes might be 1 or 2 decent ideas.
Most definitely.
But at least we're feeding into each other's garbage, and that's why it's growing. Because he was just feeding into his own.
There's 4 people that love the garbage in front of us, and hopefully more, depending on the views. I hope more people agree with that, and maybe even Leatherman does.
Most definitely
incorporate that, because
it's not the worst platform that I've ever seen. I'm sure they'll do something more with it. It's just to what degree will they refine it? That's the big question right now.
My biggest gripe with the tool set is it's a tool set that you normally see in their Wingman or
they're super basic multi-tools.
It's their sub $50 multi-tool.
Well, and I think that's been a consistent complaint on the entire free.
100%.
Whether it's the P's, the K's, the cheese, it doesn't matter. We love the platform.
The Q's, the Z's, the clays.
The clay.
The clay.
The
Just
clay is
like
silent.
the H. The clay is silent.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
Like if they made an outdoor version with a saw and a file and the
that would be
scissors.
awesome.
Yeah.
An outdoorsy, yeah. I'd love an
Yeah.
outdoorsy.
Well, Paul was even talking the other day about which model has the
Oh, the
T
surge.
shank. Yeah, with the the T shank, so you could put in like an extended saw or
You
the
wouldn't-
file or
You
something.
wouldn't even need to change the platform. You could have the same tools, like the same size format, so you wouldn't have to have like a longer cut.
Mhm.
Just have the saw as a separate piece that comes with your hip
Pocket
pouch.
clip.
Yeah.
Pocket clip less hip pouch idea
Exactly.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And then-
Kit, everything
Yeah.
about it.
Then you have the file that goes with it, like the Surge has. And then again, you're
Mhm.
selling extra tools.
But the crappy
potentially.
part is we're talking about a knife that doesn't exist, and we have this knife to talk about in
That's
front of us.
Well, and maybe,
This is very
maybe,
true.
but maybe that's a good indication of just like they're starting to move in an interesting direction, but it's like they've got their foot caught in the door behind them. Like they're
Yeah.
still clinging to this weird idea that well, like
And-
and that's not an all.
No,
It is not.
It's not an all.
I'm
But what
sorry.
it comes down to is price points. And these prices, they can still put out these basic cut tools that are in the basic Leatherman tools, still charge a premium price because it's a new idea. It's a magnetic thing, which made me laugh. Every review I saw was talking about the magnetic close, and it clicks close on the blade and you feel it. Now, I don't know if you notice what the lock does at the same time as well as...
Is there magnets in the locks? I thought it was just in the closing
No,
mechanism.
no, but
of the
it's
multi-tools.
still there's still the tension from the lock, so it's got like the little bit of the
So
detent
if-
factor.
There's a detent, but there's no magnet.
If you hold the
Well,
lock
no,
back,
Well, there are, but
Is there
in
magnets?
many other reviews, they were talking about the knife closing with a magnetic close.
they're just doing it and looking at this side and seeing how
Okay.
Now,
this
I
side
might be on
closes.
glue, but that's what they were all talking about on every review
Yeah.
I watched.
And they're too busy watching how the tip closes in and
see
aren't
that.
paying attention
Okay.
to the back end.
I don't know if you know what happens with a lockback or an access lock when you close the
Any
knife,
lock?
but
so
They move?
I'm gonna
those things.
I'm gonna hold that lock shut or open rather, and I'm gonna push that.
Oh,
blade
Joe's going to
close.
cut himself.
Sweet.
No, watch. There's no
There's no click
magnetic
now.
anything.
There's nothing.
There's
Yeah.
nothing.
I've watched every review I've watched, and there are only a few reviews on this because it's such a new tool. But
Mhm.
every review I watched, they were talking,
There's magnets in
you
here.
bet. They were talking about a magnet when you were
Clever.
closing the knife and the clicky on it. But I thought,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I thought the magnets were in here, and they were talking about how it would pull the tip in because the magnets were in the
we're
tools.
in on that side
Yeah.
as well.
I thought
No.
the magnets were literally just in the
To hold the
in
tools.
In the pliers.
multi-tools,
From what I can feel, and I'm not. I am.
Oh, just the multi.
Yeah, yeah.
aspect. I see
Yeah,
what you're saying, yeah.
I'm not a scientific instrument that I know of. But when I
You
put that,
definitely are not.
thank you. But when I
But he
put-
is a bit of a tool.
Thank you. But when I close this, there's no action on it other than that locking.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
watch
No.
you do it. There's no click. There's no grab from a magnet. It
Yeah.
free swings. So I don't know if there is any sort of magnetic retention on this knife or not, or whether it's just the multi-tool pliers.
Did we talk in the P2, P4 video that we did about just how much R&D went into these and like potentially why these tools are there to save on cost because of how much R&D went into those knives? Because they
A
didn't really release
little
anything
bit.
last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So-
we kind of dabbled a little bit, but not extensively.
Several.
I can
years, yeah.
understand as to why.
Mhm. The new style of lock system.
Why you get the basic tools to go with that to save on cost because of how much R&D went into it and they got to recoup somehow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And hopefully we will see an evolution, and they can bring something new to the table at the same time they're making everyone else happy. And especially on the pliers, stop giving us weak sauce tools on a cool platform that you could make kick ass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think.
Seems like that's pretty much all we have to say on this guy.
A few grapes. Just a few.
Just a few gripes, but
420 high carbon. We
Yeah.
can bitch about that for a second or two.
That's the
Get,
biggest.
get
thing.
your crap
Come on.
together. But
It mixed up with 154
Hey, boss.
CM.
yeah, but
Like,
that's
Get on it.
okay. That's the crappy part, though. Is the next step up is 154, and if you know that a Leatherman's going to put 154 CM in blade, it's going to kill themselves out of the market. So somehow they have to find something between 420 and 154.
that would be
Sandvik?
nice.
Yeah, well, and something that's easily accessible on an American market.
And they want American
All
made,
American
right?
made.
So
Mm,
Yeah, there's the kicker.
yeah.
So
that being said,
we
buy,
got
440C.
BD1. is
BD1
where
end,
my
yeah.
brain goes.
Yeah.
BD1.
Is if you started putting in BD1 into your blades, you could keep it all American made. You'd make a lot of people happy, and you wouldn't be paying the price point of 154.
Yeah.
Just
Good
throwing
point.
it out there.
I like it.
So yeah, there's another note for you from your marketing.
That's right.
Marketing
You're
manager,
welcome.
Leatherman.
Listen.
Yeah. So yeah, that being said, this is the roundup for what we had to say on these guys. Interesting. It has potential, but
That's what I was going to say.
yeah.
It has potential.
Step in the right direction, but
Mhm.
Let's see where they can go with this.
Yeah.
absolutely.
We want to like it, and some of us like it more than others. But
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Going to give a big giant thank out to the Cutting Edge again for letting us
Hashtag
play with
thank
these
out.
guys.
Yeah, they're super cool, and got to play with them super early. So
Mhm.
for
Yeah,
them
they
getting
got
them
them
into
real
the shop,
quick.
so we're
right
happy
away.
that they were able to give us a loaner or two, like on the ball.
Immediately, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and once again, gonna whore ourselves out there and say that, hey, Patreon's a thing. We have one. Donate to us. It would be nice.
And
We would appreciate it.
we officially have a Instagram account at the Pokey Factor. Follow us there.
Yep.
You'll get kind of behind the scenes stuff.
Some tomfoolery.
Yeah, a
Some,
little bit of that.
maybe
Yep.
some nifty giveaways further down the line. Yeah.
Some uncensored content, because geez, there's a lot of that when we don't record. There's enough of it when we are recording.
So yeah, that being said, on that giant little bit of a teaser there, the uncensored.
Yes.
Yep. This is Nigel the Smith signing off,
I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
And I'm XL.ca.
and we will catch you again next week.
We don't need